When Moses was dying, Joshua was given his responsibilities.
Joshua, I fear I am about to die. You're the most righteous man I have found among all the Israelites. Take my responsibilities. Bring the Israelites into the promised land.
Joshua walked with the Israelites to the promised land, and he separated the Jordan River. And so Joshua and the Israelites marched across the desert to get to the promised land. They marched for days and days and days and days and a few more days until the Levite priests became very tired, and they kept marching and marching and marching some more for days and days until it got so annoying that they arrived at the wall of Jericho.
Look, a wall!
But the Canaanites did not want the Israelites in.
So, you're Israelites. Be gone!
And God said to Joshua, "March around the walls of Jericho for 6 days."
You again! I thought I told you
Day
to get
1.
lost. Get out of here! You're making a whole bunch of
Day
racket.
2.
We're trying to sleep.
Day 3.
We can't sleep. Stop blowing that horn.
Day
I
4.
can't take it. Just get out of here.
Day
I can't
5.
believe you're trying to destroy this fortress with a horn.
Day
so
6.
pitiful.
And on the 7th day, God said to Joshua, "Do your battle cry, and the walls of Jericho will fall."
That's it. You're pitiful. Oh my! Oh! 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 Hey, you stop! Yes, finally, everything's mine.
No, 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 no. All you can have is the gold and the silver.
All right.
We're talking about the story of Joshua. We just acted it out in the yard on our zero budget plan. Thank you, insurance. So what we did is we acted first the story of how Moses gave Joshua his responsibilities, which was Moses was Cameron, of course, and Joshua was Jacob the whole time. And so what we did was we just had Moses was dying, so we had Cameron lay on the bench outside, and then we had Joshua was on his knee, kind of like the rights thing that most people do in the Bible. And so Moses gives Joshua the responsibility of leading the Israelites to Canaan. And so in doing so, Joshua sends 2 spies out to Jericho to inspect and, to scout it out and see what's going on. While they were there, they were under the hospitality of a woman named Rahab. I'm not sure. Rahab. Well, I don't know. You say something like that. So, anyway, so they were the 2 spies stayed there, and then whenever they reported back to Joshua decided that they needed to go and go to Jericho and take it over and invade. And so the first thing they had to do was get across the Jordan. Well, what Joshua did is he did the same thing as Moses did to the Red Sea, except for Joshua did to the Jordan River. And so they separated, and we had our little hole that the dog dug. And then of course, they marched across to Jericho, and that was the long part, the very long part of the movie that we had, the skit we did. And so they marched across, avoiding the dog patties in the yard, and then
over the hill for 40 days. That's the way they related to Jesus, right?
yeah,
40 days.
yeah.
That was 40 days long. That.
Anyway, so they crossed all the way to Jericho, and at Jericho, the Canaanites would not let the Israelites just take over. So Joshua prayed to God to what to do, and God told him that what he needed to do was march around Jericho for 7 days, and on the 7th day, do the battle cry that they had to do. We demonstrated that in 2 separate parts. And so on each one of the 6 days, they would march around, and the priests, the plural priests, okay, they would blow their horns every day. They only marched once per day. And so whenever they were done marching for that day, they would wait till the next day and did the same thing until it came to the 7th day. Then on the 7th day, Joshua told the Israelites to blow their horns, or not blow their horns, to do their battle cries. And so after that, the walls of Jericho fell, which what the little confetti things were, I guess. We couldn't really,
Those were
whatever they're called.
styrofoam packaging peanuts.
Yeah, packaging peanuts. Anyway, so that's what the whole charging thing was, and as the Bible said, Joshua went in and killed every single man, woman, and child except for Rahab.
Rahab.
Are you sure it's Rahab?
I'm pretty sure it's Rahab.
Yeah, it's Rahab.
I don't think
And
so.
every
'Cause
cow,
that's
every
American way of
pig,
saying it.
every
Rahab.
Yeah, they killed all the animals too. So
and burned everything down.
yes, they burned. And after they were done invading, Joshua burned the city to the ground, and then said, if anybody was to ever rebuild it, their firstborn son was to be killed for rebuilding Jericho. And that is the story of Jericho. And then we have to say how he was related to Jesus. And what do you think?
There's something like 40 days on the hill. Walking through the hills.
Joshua's name in Greek meant Jesus.
Exactly. Joshua, if it's translated all the way back to Jesus, it actually means Jesus. It has the same meaning as Jesus. And that's how he's related. That's how Joshua is related to Jesus.